Hey guys, welcome to today's tutorial. It's going to be a very glam holiday look, but it can be used for anything that you want. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to first start out with my Mario de Badescu spray, and I'm just going to put that all over the face because it is so hydrating and I love it. It is just a really good hydrating spray. Now I'm going to go in with my Smashbox primer water because this one has glycerin in it with the water, so it helps makeup stick. And now I'm going to go in with my Tarte Timeless Pore Clean Slate Pore Minimizer primer. It is a big mouthful, so it's just an amazing primer. You guys get the gist. I talk about it all the time. I'm going to put this all over my T-zone and in my smile lines where I get my most pores, and then I'm going to put it on my forehead and my chin. I talk about this primer so much. It is so amazing. I use it all the time and I love it. Now I'm just going to pat all of that in and just press it to make sure that nothing is going to be causing any problems with my makeup. Next, now I'm going to go in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in Sand and my Nude Beauty Blender, and I'm just going to blend that out. This beauty blender is not my favorite, but I still do like it. I would rather do the Real Technique sponge though, just because it's a bit bigger and it has more versatility to it. This one, I don't know, it just doesn't get big enough for me, I guess, but I still use it. It was $20, so of course I'm still going to be using it. I'm not going to let it go to waste. But it does apply this foundation very nicely, as any sponge does. I have a million sponges, so I use whatever I have. Now I'm going to take my Master Conceal by Maybelline. I'm going to take my Beauty Blender and I'm going to put it on the back of my hand first and then use my Beauty Blender to place and blend that out, just because it is the best way for this foundation for me. I talked to a woman at Ulta and she said, I asked her why my foundation was leaving my face when I was using my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, and it's because you have to use concealers that are hydrating. So now that I know that, I will be using more hydrating concealers. I did go and pick up a new concealer today that I'm going to be using, but I just wanted to use this one. Now I'm going to take my Coty Airspun powder, and I'm not going to be baking. I'm just going to be patting that and pressing that into the skin to set my concealer. I only bake around my nose and on my nose, a little bit on my upper lip as well, but I don't bake anywhere else just because of my dry skin. I don't want to accentuate any dry patches, which the Coty Airspun powder, I have it in Honey Beige, so it adds a little bit of extra coverage and a little bit lighter of a color. Other than just translucent, I do plan on getting the RCMA powder, but for now, this is working perfectly fine. Now I'm going to take my Maybelline Fit Me powder in 130, and I'm going to take this big, giant, fluffy powder brush by Real Techniques, and I'm going to set the rest of my face. This just adds a little bit more coverage, and I'm going to be dusting off that bakage. Now I'm going to take a stippling brush and my Butter Bronzer by Physicians Formula, and I'm just going to be bronzing up the cheeks. This bronzer is really nice. It's very buildable, it has just a really good tone for any skin tone. I do have the light one, but since it is buildable, if I am a bit on the darker side during the summer, it will still work perfectly for me. I'm just going to be putting this in my cheeks, my forehead, a little bit on the jawline as well. And yeah, this bronzer, it's so affordable and just really amazing that you won't want to go back to anything else. Now I'm going to take my Hoola Benefit bronzer and I'm going to be carving out the cheeks as my contour shade because it is a bit more cool toned, and I'm going to be using the brush from that package to carve out my cheekbones, do my jawline, a little bit on the forehead, and also along my nose. Now I'm going to be taking my BeccaxJaclyn Hill palette and Rose Spritz with my E4 by Morphe, and I'm just going to be applying that to my cheeks as my blush. This is very pigmented, and so I just have to tap off all the excess before I put it on my cheeks, and then I rub my brush a little bit to get all the product off, and then I blend it out. Now I'm going to be taking my Morphe M501 and my Laura Geller Gilded Honey and just applying that as my highlight. This highlight is so bomb. It is just amazing. Perfect. It's a perfect golden shade for my skin tone since I am very fair, it doesn't look too gold on me. And now I'm going to be applying some Fix Plus and just making that highlight even more poppin'. It looks amazing. I'm going to be bringing that all the way as a C all the way around my eyebrow, just because I like to have a little bit on my head above my eyebrow. I'm going to do my nose, my upper lip, and also my chin. Now I'm going to be taking my Morphe 35O palette, and I'm first going to go in with my M441 brush and a light transition color. One of the light browns will work. I forgot to record that portion, but I'm just going to be placing that in my crease as my transition shade and blending it up towards my brow bone, because again, it is a transition shade and I want everything to be nice and blended and a gradient. Now I'm going to be taking this little e.l.f. blender brush, and I'm going to be taking that reddish shade and another medium to light brown, and it's just going to create a little bit more warmth for the crease. And I'm just going to be placing that in the same area that we did, just a little bit lower to help with the gradient. Again, I'm just going to keep repeating blend. You're going to blend until your hand falls off with this look, but it was all worth it in the end. Now I'm going to be taking this little pencil brush and that darker, redder shade, and I'm going to be placing this on my outer V and blending it. This is going to be the start to our smoky outer corner, and as you can see, I'm just placing it, bringing it into the crease just slightly, but mostly laying all of it on that outer edge and swirling it in. Again, with this, you want to blend and just take your time. I probably spent 45 minutes blending this eye look. But it turned out looking really good, and I really enjoyed this look, and I will definitely be doing this even if it's not the holidays. But yes, so I'm just going to be doing that to the other eye, bringing it in and putting it in the crease, and then making sure that most of the product is going to stay on that outer corner. Right, now I'm going to be going in with this even darker, redder shade, and I'm going to be taking a flat shader brush, and I'm going to be placing it in the areas that I want as a even darker color, even further in the outer V, and then I'm going to go back to that little pencil brush, and I'm just going to blend it out. This shade was a bit harder to work with, but it was all good in the end, and I'm going back to my M441 to blend everything out again, and then I'm packing more on there to add more depth and dimension, and then going back again with my M441 to blend it out. And I am still packing that color on. I went in with a little bit darker, but I just didn't show the clip. I think it looks really nice with that darker outer corner and blending it. Now I'm going to take this flat brush that you use for packing colors on, and I'm just going to create a bit more of a smoky and bring that color in just a tad bit, but yet still blending it. I want to have more of that outer corner V type shape, so I will be flicking it up to make it more cat eye and to elongate the eyes and bring them up. Now I'm just going to be cleaning up the edges with some of my Coty Airspun powder and that flat shader brush. It just helps with bringing that together, and then I'm going to make sure I didn't get any on my highlight because I don't want to mess that up. I'm going to take this small flat packing brush by BH Cosmetics and that gold shade. I am spraying it with MAC Fix Plus to apply it as a base coat for the glitter that we are going to be applying next. But yes, I'm going to kind of cut the crease with this, not completely because I'm not going to use concealer for it, but I am keeping it in a main area where it would look like I'm cutting the crease. Now I'm going to take the best thing in life, which is the Urban Decay, I don't even remember the name anymore. It is the Midnight Cowboy. There we go. It's the Midnight Cowboy glitter liner. This stuff is absolutely bomb. It is the best thing ever. cannot believe that I never bought this when it first came out, but I will definitely be repurchasing every time I run out. Now I'm just going to take the same shades that we did before and just put that on the lower lash line, smoking that out. Now I'm going to be doing Cabernet NYX lip pencil and outlining my lips. I'm not going to be overlining much, just to make them nice and even and straightening it out. And now I'm going to be using the Kylie Cosmetics Mary Jo K red liquid lipstick, making sure that I fill in my lips completely because otherwise this stuff will dry out your lips. And I'm just going to be placing that in the same place that we did the lip liner. It does help with more of the true red color. This color is absolutely gorgeous. I just wish it wasn't such a drying formula because I would wear it even more often just if it was comfortable, like Kat Von D or the Too Faced Melted Mattes. If it was like that formula, I'd wear it all the time. So yes, that is the finished look. Before, just kidding, I will be doing my inner corner highlight. I'm just using Laura Geller Gilded Honey. I completely forgot about this during the tutorial, and it'll also be my brow bone highlight. And then after this, it is finished. The look is complete. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. This look took so much time, and I loved every single bit of it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much. Bye-bye.